If you're a dental hygienist and you work in dental offices without your personal contract, then you need to watch this. Not only you're putting yourself at risk in so many different ways, legally, you're also at the same time losing so much money that you could potentially be making by having this contract with you at the time of your interviews. This is especially important for new grad RDHs. You can't walk into dental offices assuming that you have an understanding after an interview and then just accept the position and move forward, because there's a lot of gray areas in hygiene. Unfortunately, there's not a system in place, and this is something that every single hygienist that graduates and comes into the field has to face. And people tell you things like, take a list of questions with yourself and interview the dentist at the same time, this and that. But that doesn't really help, because if it's not in writing, it never happened. This is why I created a RDH standard work contract. Things like pay, schedule, liability, and scope of practice cannot be based on assumptions, because your license doesn't work on assumption. This agreement lays out everything that should already be clear before you step into an operatory. This agreement protects you from every single angle of legal issues. Everything that I have personally ever feared as a hygienist, that something could go wrong legally and I could be responsible for it. I have kept updating this contract over the years to make sure that I have myself covered from every angle and side and not be responsible or liable legally. It also goes over things like, what will happen if the hygiene schedule falls apart for the day? Are you expected to clock out? Are you expected to help in the office? If yes, how? Or things like, does the office or the dentist expect you to be selling things like Arrestin, irrigation, lasers, treatment plans? If yes, then you should be compensated for that. Because that is not our scope of practice. That's not something that we're supposed to be doing. We're not sales people, we're providers, and it's not our business. We're just providing our services of being a hygienist and doing the therapies and the treatments. So if that's expected by the dentist and the office, you should be getting paid for it. Other things that this contract or agreement goes over are things like, if the office is going to expect you to dance for their TikTok or Instagram or be on their social media page or even on their website, that's not our scope of practice. That's not something we have to do. And sometimes after accepting a position, you find yourself caught in this situation where you feel pressured to do those things, or meeting with Arrestin reps or this and that at the time of your lunch, which sometimes you don't want to do. So this contract protects you from all of those things that I know